and tall and fade, red and green and brown and red, there they really used to be. All the different roles to play, can't take my sheds off far away, from the hills and round the valleys, Thomas and his friends.
One is the loneliest engine.
One day, the engines were at Tidmar's shed because Sir Thomas was going to do an announcement, something that the engines never knew upon our lives.
Well,
Percy then spoke up.
Diesel 10 is back on Sodor?
I mean, after 2 weeks ago, when he stroked back.
And you're letting him stay? Sir, I can't possibly see how this is a good idea.
But how are we supposed to pull our chains with Diesel 10 around? Oh, the indignity. Don't tell me there's a whole army of Diesels like him that's going to try to take over the railway, just like how Cozy Glow did when she attacked the School of Friendship not long ago. The engines were still worried, which links some link back to Thomas in some way. I know this isn't probably a good waste of time for all of you, but you see, I just need to give him an order by cleaning up trackside scrap, even though he is a bit mean and smelly. Oh, sir! I can't believe you're bringing them insane Diesel into this. Neither can I, but we have no choice. Meanwhile, Diesel 10 was in Grogar's lair. It's just standing outside. I really hope that oh, I got it. I really do hope that our revenge to get back at that wretched little puffball and his pony friends could go well as planned. And like that one time where I needed Diesel and Paxton to likely help me steal Christmas before I backfired, and I pretended there was some good inside of me, but I need to tell Diesel that soon enough, because I knew just what to do, just like the
Grinch!
Then Sir Tom had arrived. Ah, Diesel 10, what do you want? Pardon me? Nothing, sir. What can I do for you? I need you to clear up some trackside scrap. What? Yes, so I know. I just need you to clear some trackside scrap and take them to the scrapyard. Then you're off. So that's all for now.
Bleeding hearts of the world unite!
Soon, Diesel 10 cleared up trackside scrap. When James sometimes passes by whenever he's calling going to the station, he sometimes passes Diesel 10. Makes you look ugly, he will always say. But before Diesel 10 could remark itself, James popped away. Well, he's rude. I hope the other engines aren't like him. Whoops! Oops, whoopsie.
Loving you? Is that what you think I was doing? Wrong-o.
So once Diesel 10 was taking the truck to the scrapyard, Thomas was on there, watching him, scared. I can't believe Sir Tom had let Diesel 10 stay, even though he just mysteriously escaped from the Diesel Works 2 weeks ago. I mean, Steel Works on the mainland 2 weeks ago.
I merely noticed that you were improperly packaged.
This railway sure is going to be different. Even if we always know rules and regulations.
Gesundheit.
When Thomas had to go for his passenger trains, like James, he had to stop at the signal. Oh, why does anything else just keeps going? Then better than any other. Oh! Oh! Oh, ouch! Oh, there you are, trucks. Here, let me take you somewhere.
Don't you know you're not supposed to take things that don't belong to you? What's the matter with you? You some kind of wild animal? Huh? Let's go.
Whoops.
Gesundheit.
I'll go a different way because I can't handle Diesel 10's oily smell.
Great. Our work here is finished. Let's go.
The scrubbies just stand there.
Our work here is finished.
Meanwhile, at the sheds, James was talking to Gordon whenever he saw Diesel 10 appearing as a stupid cameo there. So whenever I passed him by when he was collecting truckside scrap, I just called him ugly. Ooh, good comeback.
Let's go.
Well, we just have to we just need to go on to our work. Okay, we finish our work and then afterwards.
Our work here is finished.
So Gordon left for it to do his passenger run. Even if he would have to try to ignore the difference in the sped over Diesel 10. James thought so. At Rogar's lair, Diesel 10 had finished and was talking to Diesel when he snapped at Thomas for thinking he was trying to steal his scrap trucks. So is that what happened? Yeah. And how? That way, I said.
Don't you know you're not supposed to take things that don't belong to you? What's the matter with you? You some kind of wild animal? Huh?
Wow, good comeback.
Let's go.
So what now, boss? What now? Is that what you think you said? Righto. Now what we do? We still be alongside Cozy Glow, T-Rex, and Queen Chrysalis' team, so that we can adopt that wretched blue puffball and his little pony friends, so that Queen Chrysalis can adopt Starlight. Because when she told me not long ago, she watched the true love over friendship infect her hive, and how she always says it won't let it get any of us. Right. And I even merely noticed that was in probably packaged, right? My old partner. Yes. Later, Thomas had to push a little bit of flatbeds down, because they were full of things that had to be delivered straight for Sir Topham Hatt's house. But Thomas wasn't in good spirit. He was still thinking about Sir Topham Hatt letting Diesel 10 stay after Diesel 10's stroke back, and he couldn't believe that Sir Tom had just decided to let him stay. It's just not fair. I'm more than anyone else could be. Like, I'm always everyone's favorite. But I still don't see why Diesel 10 is allowed to stay thanks to that stupid order by Sir Topham Hatt.
It's time you learned a lesson. It's time that you understand. Don't ever count on anybody else in this or any other land. I once hoped for friendship, to find a place among my kind. But those were the childish wishes of someone who was blind.
But I always know I can trust my friends and my pony friends, but not some old enemies from the past. As if anything else can't escalate further, which links back to me in some way. This just can't not be occurred. It just can't be right of someone who was likely, but supposedly blind.
But those were the childish wishes of someone who was blind. Open up your eyes, see the world from where I stand. Be among the mighty, page that my hand. Open up your eyes, give up your sweet fantasy land. It's time to grow up and get wise. Come now,
Really useful one.
we all start out the same with simple trust. Shielded from the many fair or just. But then there comes a moment, a simple truth that you must face. If you depend on others, you'll never find your place.
For the next few weeks, we can adopt that wretched blue puffball and his pony friends, as well as his other steam friends. Isn't that right, Pinchy?
And as you take that first step upon a path that's soaring on, you will see it all so clearly. The best way to survive is all alone. Open up your eyes, see the world from where I stand. Be among the mighty, each at my command. Open up your eyes and behold the faded lights. It's time to grow up and get wise. Come now, little one. Open up your eyes. Open up your
But as Thomas started to go up the hill, he knew he had to be a bit careful. Dear. But when he was nearing the top, the flatbed felt a little bit heavy due to a bit of cargo for Tom Hat's house. Some things in the cargo might be a bit heavy. Just finally, he managed to get to the top. Then there was trouble. Because one bit of the truck's backward oil was starting to leak. It started to push Thomas back. Thomas was rolling back like a rocket. What? No! But Thomas tried to slow down, but nothing else would work. His crew tried to apply his brakes, but he had no sticky power left. Oh. Meanwhile, the big engines were still in the shed, including Henry. So Tom came in and he was confused. What is this? I thought the trains are sitting at the station and no one's pulling them. Well, you can't just keep Dieselton on the railway, sir, even if you chose to. Why don't you just go ahead and change everything? So I just push some things from now on instead of pulling some, sir. We're not going to pull any rolling stock until Dieselton is gone, that's for sure. What are you on about? The trains are waiting and none of you three are doing it. Henry is not going anywhere. Yeah, because there is a heavy metal monster with a claw who's threatening to destroy us on multiple occasions. We keep James on the island, even if he's rude, selfish, full of bollocks, and boastful. Good to know that I'm loved. Well, but this does not make sense. So I'm giving you three an agreement. Either if you three get up, or else I'll find a few other engines to do your jobs until. But before Sir Tottenham could finish, Thomas came thundering by, still a runaway. Oh! He thundered past the big engines who were surprised, and next to him was Tom Hat's house. Oh dear, sorry, sir. Cinders and ashes, what a terrible crash! This is a disaster. No one else was hurt, but Thomas was upset. Those silly trucks. If they hadn't pushed me like the other way down the hill, I would have braked carefully coming down. Oh. Sir Topham had gazed sadly at his wrecked house. I will not repeat myself. Either you three get up and do your jobs, or else I'll find others who will. The others soon realized what they did and what they fought for, and were soon leaving now. Look, thankfully, Lady Hat wasn't home, but Topham Mansion was a complete loss. The two trucks were completely destroyed, and there was nothing but a pile of dust with silly debris. So Topham Hatt came towards Thomas, who was still sitting there. I'm not sure how to tell you this, Thomas, but it's off to the steamworks for you, and you won't be there for a couple of days. I don't think I've ever seen anything like the front of my house all torn up before. Luckily, nothing else for you. Did a lot of damage, and you're fine. But unfortunately, likely for a few days, the railway might be different without its number one engine around. Oh. Poor Thomas. But you see, our new difference of perspective about him and his history is gonna have to wait till we see him in our newer episode before the final battle and how he returns from the engine works after being fixed. As if.
The 2, the 4, the 6, the 8, shunting trucks and hauling freight, red and green and brown and blue. They're the really useful crew, and all the different roles they play around in the shed so far away. Down the hills and round the banks, Thomas and his friends. Thomas! He's the cheeky one. James! He's lame but lots of fun. Percy! Pulls the men on time. Gordon! Thunders down the line. Emily! Really knows her stuff. Henry! Toots and huffs and puffs. Edward! Wants to help and share. Toby! Well, let's say he's square. All the engines are on hand, waiting for a plane to land. Be they diesel, be they steam, all keep working as a team. Emily will now go to bed, with all the rest that hit the shed. No one can remember when steamies work with diesel 10. The 2, the 4, the 6, the 8, shunting trucks and hauling freight, red and green and brown and blue. They're the really useful crew, and all the different roles to play around in the shed so far away. Down the hills and around the bay.